So, sorry for my slightly raspy voice. I'm going to speak quietly and hopefully this will be a nice relaxing video as a result. One of the joys of having a toddler is he is sick all the time and therefore I am sick all the time, so I have another cold. But hopefully if I speak quietly my voice won't sound too bad, but I may sneeze. Hopefully I won't cough. So it's time for another HelloFresh unboxing. I skipped my HelloFresh last week because we were going to be out of town. And it's nice, it's very easy to skip a week if you want to. So I actually have no idea what's in this box because it's been a while since I picked these recipes. Again, for those of you who haven't watched my earlier videos, there are 5 recipes every week, and you can pick 3 of them. So, one of them is usually vegetarian, even if you get the meat only, the meat box. So, you can choose a vegetarian option if you want. I usually don't, just because vegetarian options I have a pretty good recipe book for, and we use those a lot, and those are kind of our staples when we've run out of things in the house. We usually have barley or quinoa or frozen vegetables that we can make a vegetarian dish with. And meat is expensive and I'm paying for this, so I like to get the meat when I can. So this is what I got this week. Chicken chickpea pilaf with a hint of coriander. And again, as I mentioned before, it's these little fresh herbs and the little sauces they put on the top that make these extra special and really delicious. So, yeah, it's these, they give you little finish notes, and it's often that little piece that makes a pretty standard recipe that you would find anywhere really kind of pop. So, like the finish here is divide the rice between 2 plates and sprinkle with the almonds and cilantro. Squeeze some lemon juice on top and serve extra lemon wedges on the side. So again, that extra little lemon and almond and cilantro will probably just make this an exceptional recipe. Oh, I'm excited about this one. I really like their fish recipes so far. I am pretty boring with my fish. I tend to bake my fish with olive oil and vinegar and maybe put some vegetables underneath it. I don't tend to be real creative with fish, so they've got some really cute ideas. They've also introduced me to panko. This is panko crusted mahi-mahi with wasabi mayo. I've since gone out and bought myself some panko and used it in other recipes. It's apparently Japanese breadcrumbs, so it's a little bit thicker, and it's supposed to be better for you, I think. My mother has a lot of Weight Watchers recipes that include panko, and I really like it. It gives a nice kind of crispy crunch without having to deep fry something. So, again, the mahi-mahi looks really good. Let's see what the finish is on this. Place the mahi-mahi and divide green beans and tomatoes between the 2 plates. Serve with lime wedges on the side. So, not real elaborate with that, but I think the panko will probably be the standout for this recipe. Oh, lamb kebabs. So this is one I switched out. I don't remember what the original option was, but I switched for the lamb because I really like lamb and I like kebabs. Lamb kebabs with cannellini beans salad. I also like cannellini beans. These tasty kebabs are easy to prepare and full of flavor. Serve with a simple cannellini bean salad with briny olives. Again, this will come with probably a bag of olives. I don't like olives, so the nice thing is actually my son will eat the entire bag of olives, even if he won't eat the rest of the dinner. So I will save those, give him the bag, and he will be a happy camper. Let me look at the calorie counts on all of these. Bring the remaining marinade to a boil in the pan and remove from heat. Plate the kebabs and salads and drizzle the marinade over the kebabs. Oh, what's in the marinade? Huh. Let's see. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, oregano, garlic, and season with salt and pepper. So that's the marinade you'll put the lamb in, and then you'll also drizzle it over the top at the end. This is 491 calories, 28 grams of carbohydrates, 23 grams of fat, 41 grams of protein. So great amount of protein, which is always good for me. I don't get enough protein. The panko crusted mahi-mahi is 429 calories. These are higher calorie counts than some of the others, which just tells me that I'll probably eat less than a full portion size. 30 grams of carbohydrates, 24 grams of fat, and 26 grams of protein. The chickpea pilaf is 685 calories. So that's the most calorie count that I've had on any of these. 87 grams of carbohydrates, so also a ton of carbs. 18 grams of fat, 35 grams of protein. So this is another one where we actually have another out-of-town guest. So this might be a good one to make while he's here, because it sounds like I'll probably have a much smaller portion size than half. This has also it's been great having these because we still have some greens in the garden. So what I usually do is pick some greens in the garden or pick some okra that's still in the garden and add that to the dish to have a little bit of leftovers, or especially if we have an additional guest. So those are the recipes for this week. I think I've mentioned this in other videos, but I've realized I really like the experience of getting the subscription boxes, and part of it is, look at how beautiful these pictures are. I mean, if I just read a regular recipe, I'm the same way with cookbooks. Like, I really want cookbooks with really pretty pictures, and this makes me really want to make this recipe. If I had just seen chickpea pilaf, whatever, that's not a recipe name I might run to. But it looks so pretty. All the ingredients look so pretty. All of these, the little pictures on here, they make you want to run out and make it. So, I do love that. It just really adds. Oh, see, again, they treat you like you've never cooked anything. And I appreciate that. So they give me skewers. I actually do have skewers somewhere. I stumbled upon them the other day and realized I've probably had skewers for 3 years and I never used them. So these are the ingredients for the lamb kebabs with cannellini bean salad. So there's some little cherry tomatoes, an onion, a beautiful yellow pepper, this bag of olives that I knew was coming, and I think that's cilantro. I can smell the cilantro through the bag. Their fresh herbs are just fantastic. If you, when I took a culinary class, on herbs. And one of the big things they said is if you're trying to diet, one of the most important things you need to learn is how to cook with herbs, because it's one of the best ways to get flavor into your food without adding fat and sugar. So the fact that they add fresh herbs to the majority of the recipes is a huge selling point for me. And again, a lot of the recipes that I've loved, it's because of the herb component that was added to a sauce or made my house smell so wonderful when I was cooking it. So this is the panko crusted mahi-mahi. If you haven't used panko, this is what panko looks like. It's almost like little Krispies. Yeah, it's almost like the texture of if you took a whole bunch of Rice Krispies and smashed them up. So it's thick like that. And it makes things nice and crunchy. So there's 2 bags of the panko. There are 2 limes. There are cherry tomatoes. And there are a bunch of fresh green beans, which is lovely. They must have a provider who's got a bunch of cherry tomatoes, since it's in 2 recipes already. Chickpea pilaf with a hint of coriander. What a gorgeous giant red pepper. Beautiful. Garlic, already peeled. I love that they're already peeled. Rice, onions, lemon, crushed almonds, and I think that's cilantro again. I will again do my appeal. I need to probably email HelloFresh directly. I really want an option with brown rice. And I really want to ditch the cans. But it's a minor complaint. I have brown rice at home. I actually have cannellini beans that are dried that I could use. I can understand that wanting to send dried beans to people. Most people do not want to deal with dried beans when they're cooking. It adds a lot of time to your cooking. But I kind of wish they would use Eden canned products that doesn't have the nasty lining stuff on it. Again, it's my only real complaint. The brown rice is not a complaint, it's a suggestion. It would be great to have sort of a health food option, but my only real complaint is the cans. I really don't like using the cans. But it looks like it's got soy and it's got some dried oregano. Panko crusted mahi-mahi with wasabi mayo. So it's so funny because you get like what you would get at McDonald's or something with mayo. And wasabi. Love wasabi. That's gonna be the item that makes the mahi-mahi pop, is you'll have this. Oh, and I really, you know what, I might make that tonight because I've got this cold, my sinuses are all stuffed up, and I really, some wasabi might really make my sinuses happy. Might actually be something I can taste too, since my taste is all messed up because I can't smell very well. Garbanzo beans in a can. And then what is this? Oh, organic dried coriander. Yeah, these little packets of dried herbs are organic usually too. Yeah, they all say organic on them. So those are the dry ingredients, the non-perishables. Here's chicken. I now know that their chicken almost always comes like that. Mahi-mahi. Mahi-mahi looks lovely. And what was the other item that I'm getting? Oh, this is the lamb. That's the lamb. Another thing, this is not, I thought this was just frozen water. It's not. It's like a frozen gel kind of stuff. So I can't just unfreeze it and pop a hole in it and let it like go out in my garden and then recycle the plastic, which I'm not thrilled about, because I now have too many to keep them in my fridge anymore. So hopefully as the company gets older, they will start looking into some, or give me suggestions. Send me a little pamphlet on the best way to deal with all this packing material. What can I do with all these little ice packets? Maybe I can just pour them in the garden, but I don't know what they are. I don't know what that gel stuff is. So I ended up having to throw 3 of them away last week, which I don't like doing. So, yep, give me some clues. HelloFresh, there's got to be something I can do with all this insulation stuff. Again, I'm really tempted to just throw it in my attic. But I don't know how fireproof it is. So, another wonderful box. Give me some feedback on if you like the cooking videos. They don't get a lot of love on this channel. They get fewer views than any other videos on this channel. They're a chunk of work to do. And maybe they're not really popular because my lighting kind of stinks in my kitchen. And they're often a bit noisy because I'm cooking while my family's here. But let me know if you like them or love them. If I'm happy to keep making them. If even there's a few diehards that really like them, I will keep making them. But if people aren't that into them, then I'll just do the unboxings and leave the cooking alone, or put the cooking ones on my Nutty McFreak channel only. But let me know if there's any additional type boxes you want to hear. I've gotten a little bit of feedback to do more kind of girly ones, so I do have some of those coming out. I have some nail polish ones, and I have a lip gloss one coming out. They're all subscription boxes. So if there's something you're interested in, there seem to be subscription boxes for almost everything. So let me know what you'd like to see, and I will see if I can get a subscription box to open for you. Okay, good night.